Vince, tell us what we're making.
Well, listen, I'm in here with Chef Jason Hook from Café Nuovo down in Providence, and anybody who knows anything about the restaurant scene here knows it's one of the finest restaurants in the city. Jason, thank you for coming in today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very nice to meet you. Now, we've got a couple of dishes here today. One of them I know is halibut. What else are we looking at here?
Well, we're doing 3 courses. We're doing a butternut squash veloute. It's a puree soup with vanilla bean. We're doing a tuna carpaccio. That's a raw preparation. It's basically
that's going to be
yeah,
great.
it's a deconstruction of a California roll.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. And the halibut is actually parchment sear, so it's a direct heat without the color.
What's the difference between that? Why the parchment? What
it does is you get the sear, you get the direct heat, so you're searing in the seasoning, but you're not getting the caramelization on the fish.
I see.
So it's a light preparation. So the dish is actually a coquiallagé, which is clams, steamed in white wine.
Oh, nice. Okay. Very nice.
That broth is the nage base for the sauce. Okay. So the garnish is Yukon gold potato. Okay. Which is
Yukon gold. We've heard it before.
Then roasted off red onion, green herb fumet, tomato concassé, and some fresh lemon.
This is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't wait to taste it.
So very light flavors, very brothy, very shellfish.
You promise to save me some?
Yeah.
Promise?
We got 2 more fish in the fridge.
Yeah. Good, because trust me, when this is all over, you're going to see people you don't even know come rushing in here. We're going to start when we come back. Cool with you?
Yep.
Great. Back in a minute. Over to you guys.
All right. In the kitchen, we actually have a little bit of a special treat today, along with Chef Jason Hook from Café Nuovo on the Roadshow today. We actually are going to be speaking with some of his valued guests as well. We have a mother and son duo over here getting ready to feast with us today. We have Pat Lee and Jason Lee over here. How you doing, guys?
Great. How are you?
Getting ready for a little 8 a.m. halibut this morning?
Absolutely.
Nothing like it.
You a big fan of Nuovo?
The best, the biggest.
Oh, yeah.
Been there from the beginning.
What is your favorite dish? Because we all have one.
My favorite dish right now, because Jason's new, is probably the halibut and the butternut squash.
Which is nice because they've had this dish this past week
at
the restaurant, so they're not trying it for the first time.
Gotcha. Yeah. So they're veterans at this one. What about you?
Well, I've had the duck twice, and it's excellent. I'm not a big duck fan, but I've had it twice, and Jason does an unbelievable job with it.
Don't you just love the setting there?
Yeah.
It's a great spot to
be.
Right
on the river.
Especially for water fire. Love it.
Absolutely.
Love it. It'll be great to see him actually cook the recipe in person, too, and witness it in action. Jason's going to be cooking up for us. We have all the ingredients ready to go. Everything's fired up on the stove, and we're going to keep cooking here in just about a minute, but first let's head it back over to you guys in the studio. And back in the kitchen this morning, we have hooked a good one today.
Yum, yum, give me some.
Jason Hook from Café Nuovo, and just for the halibut, we're making halibut today.
Yeah, but we got more than halibut.
Yeah, we do. We actually have quite the setup today. How's it going?
Good, good. We got 3 courses today. Tuna carpaccio, butternut squash veloute with vanilla bean.
Yeah.
And the halibut dish.
That vanilla bean smells fabulous.
And before we get too further, we should mention the restaurant, Café Nuovo, down in Providence. Anybody who knows fine restaurants down there knows of this restaurant. It's just fantastic food, and you do a fantastic job. So tell us what we're going to start with.
Well, we're going to start with the carpaccio tuna, and I'll garnish that plate in front of Pat.
Okay.
Butternut squash soup, I just want to, I described to you earlier, this is what I do at the restaurant, is we make the puree base, and we actually steep the vanilla beans all day, so by dinner time,
amazing.
you can smell that.
Oh, yeah.
And we should say that it's Pat and Jason over there, right? That are going to be our tasters today.
So what I did was I introduced French service to the restaurant as well. So we'll actually have the servers now present the garnish in the bowl.
Right.
Visually, you can see the garnish, and then we'll pour the soup tableside.
You going to head over there to do that? Or are we gonna...
Well, I'm going to start the parchment seared halibut. And the reason why I use parchment paper at the restaurant because I don't want the caramelization on the fish.
Okay.
Can I ask you for a huge favor?
Yeah.
Could I?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Vince, you get to try it first.
We got to give her a spoon, too.
I know. Because it does smell so
But the idea behind the parchment sear is you're getting direct heat without the color.
Oh, man. That is...
So you're searing in the seasoning.
Take off my parchment.
That's awesome.
It looks real hot, though.
And you can imagine, as it sits in there all day, the vanilla bean.
By
6, 7 o'clock.
Sure.
It's wonderful.
Can I just have a cup of this?
Yeah. So the garnish of the pancetta, sage.
Does it get any better than that?
I don't think you can.
You put the halibut together, the tuna together?
All right, let's get that fish cooking.
But the garnish, by the way, is chestnuts.
Right.
Very, very fall, very autumn. Chestnuts, sage, shaved Parmesan Reggiano.
Great.
Okay.
Come on, you're
I'm
killing
looking
me
forward
with
to the
cheese.
final
It's
product.
my favorite cheese.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go low heat. We don't want a hot pan, okay?
Right.
Okay.
Let me get
Let me get out of your way.
A little bit of olive oil.
Okay.
In the saute pan.
Go right ahead.
And the fish, I just use the...
Now you were talking about
belly
using the
slide
parchment,
down.
right?
Yep, and
Parchment
right
paper's
in the
great
pan.
for so many
and very
things,
little
too.
oil, not a lot of oil.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just going to lightly saute that. Okay. low heat for about 3 minutes on one side. We'll flip it over, and that can go in the oven to finish cooking.
Great, and we got some garnishing to do.
And what would you keep the temperature in the oven at for how long?
At 400 for about 8 minutes.
About 8 minutes?
Yeah,
Okay.
once we flip the fish. Okay.
Super.
So I'm going to go around and show you
right.
guys the tuna carpaccio.
That's great.
There they are.
And over here we have
Jason.
Jason. We have Jason and Patrick, and Patricia.
Yes.
Patrick. I'm sorry.
I did the
Patricia.
same thing.
Like,
You
I
have
just
the-
changed
you have the
in the
tuna.
last 20 minutes. I went from Pat to
Yeah,
Patrick.
I'm sorry. You have the tuna.
I have the tuna.
Are you dying to get into it?
I've had it before. It's fabulous. I can't wait. I've never had it for breakfast, though.
Well, that's all right.
So the idea behind this dish was
Yeah.
basically to start out with a California roll.
Gotcha.
Deconstructed. So you got the avocado, the sticky rice, the wasabi,
Right.
the yellowtail. So this is just a ginger vinegar, and that's just kind of glaze the fish.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks nice.
And kind of gives it a shine for presentation in the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
it
just
also-
enhances your whole dining
it
experience
does,
too,
it
truly.
does, yeah. And this is also a ginger oil, so it's basically a vinaigrette that we do to order because you want that shine.
Sure.
Okay. And at the restaurant I use Malden sea salt, which is an English sea salt.
Yep.
I like the texture.
Yeah.
So a little bit of sea salt on the fish. And this is just a micro finherb.
Pat, you still have room for something else after you eat that beautiful starting course?
Of
Look
course,
at that.
this is
Okay.
very light.
Yeah.
So at the
yeah.
restaurant we use these ring molds, so it's very composed. And we just pop that off before.
Oh,
it's-
that's
Beautiful.
beautiful.
So that's the carpaccio.
Okay.
All right, and I already have the soup.
And
What do we have
have
for
for
Jason
Jason?
here?
Because we got about a minute left.
Okay,
so-
we got pancetta, marble rye crouton, chestnuts, and Parmesan Reggiano. That's fried sage in there.
Oh, that's
so the servers
fantastic.
just go with the
Right
soup
through.
right around. Okay, and you can see it's a puree base, so it's a little bit thicker. Okay?
That's
great.
All right,
let's
and
get
coming
back
back
to
to our halibut now.
Well, let's get these guys have a quick taste here.
Oh, you know
Okay.
what? They should. You're right.
We've been sitting here.
I know.
Look at
For
that.
a while.
Yeah, they deserve a taste.
I've had this before, and it's amazing.
Okay.
It's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice and hot.
Best breakfast.
Yeah, it's the best
Beats
anything.
the cold cereal, that's
Listen,
for sure.
You got a world-class chef cooking.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna flip the fish, and that can go right in the oven.
Okay.
And you said about 8 minutes in there?
See the color?
Oh,
Very
look
light.
at that.
Okay.
Yeah, yep.
And that parchment can stay on until it's finished.
And you have a
Okay.
finished product to show
got a
us too,
finished
don't you?
product.
Let's check that
So
out.
why don't we pull that out of the oven so we can plate that and show everybody what we've got.
Okay, so the garnish we had, as I showed you before, with
Yep.
the coquiallagé, the clams. We picked the clams. That goes in with the fumet, the natural cooking liquid of the clams. You can put this over
And
here.
you
Sure.
push right in.
And
Anyway.
the clams go right in, the Yukon gold potato, the tomato
Look at
concassé.
that.
And then we're going to add the finherbs,
Yep.
okay, which is tarragon, parsley, chervil, and chive.
Yep.
And a little bit of puree. Well, this is the same thing. Basically a finherb puree, okay? Right in there. And a little bit of thyme.
Right.
A
Little bit of
A
lemon.
little bit of fresh lemon.
Right.
And then we're wrapping it up.
And I just need a bowl.
Go in here.
Yeah, we'll use one of these.
Oh, here we go. Can we grab the plate?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
Great.
So we can
Fantastic.
go right on.
We're going to plate it right now.
We've got that other
Our
halibut.
tasters are going to finish up their first courses.
So if you just mix this together, you can kind of see the
Right.
the fresh herbal fumet.
Okay.
Okay, that gets right in the bowl.
That looks great.
Got a shot.
We're going to be
That's
sampling that in the next couple of minutes, but we do.
But you can smell the fresh herbs.
beautiful. Oh, it's fantastic.
And it's very floral. okay?
Beautiful.
And then the finished fish will go right on top.
All right.
Great. Let's put that on real quick, and then we got to go to Michelle Muscatello, who's going to give us kind of a mixed forecast.
Yeah, it's sounding a little
Yeah.
weird this week, Michelle.